in Killen. I live in Simstar, and hey, Glenn. And you know, we both did like private piano lessons at Killen Junior High School. I think you know, you pay $10, get an hour lesson, and it's an older lady, and we had to do this piano recital at school. We did a duet, you know, I don't remember the song, but it was written, and I still can barely read music. I never, you know, I appreciate those who do. There's a place for that also, you know, movies, music, a lot of good music. It's written, people who play it. And I've taught a lot of people also that do that, so, you know, they can't play a thing on their own either. So it's a you know, double-sided coin.
Well, is that everybody come? Did you see, you hadn't been out?
We gonna look?
No, come on. Come on in with us.
I remember,
I'm grabbing a few more chairs.
you know, one day Tom says, "Well, the pianot's going to do all right." I said, "How's that, Tom?" He said, "He can concentrate."
Well, we're going to go ahead and start and welcome. This is our last one for the year, so we'll be seeing y'all next year after this. But this has been a lot of fun. The songwriting at the Moon is, every one of them has been different. Every single workshop has been completely unique to itself. But I think it's really grown from when we first started, and every time we learn something. And there's been some great songs coming out of here. We listened to them a little later tonight. But I want to welcome tonight. Let me tell you just a little bit about it. If you don't know, I'm sure all of you guys do know, and there's much more than these few pages that I have. Dewey, Lyndon Spooner Oldham. I'm just going to read this.
Okay.
An American songwriter and session musician, organist, recorded in Muscle Shoals, Alabama at famed studios on such hit R&B songs as When a Man Loves a Woman, Percy Sledge, Mustang Sally, Wilson Pickett, and I Never Loved a Man by Aretha Franklin. As a songwriter, Spooner has teamed with Dan Penn to write such hits, major hits, Cry Like a Baby, I'm Your Puppet, Woman Left Lonely, It Tears Me Up. I mean, there's so many more. We could go on. A native of Center Star, Alabama. If you guys don't know where that is, it's right up the road a piece. Started out playing piano, now you can correct if this is wrong, in bands during high school. Attended classes at the University of North Alabama, but turned instead to playing at famed studios. Moved to Memphis in 1967 and teamed up with Penn at Chips. Is this right?
Chips Mama's American Studio, yeah.
At American Studio. Later moved to LA and has continued to be a sought-after backing musician, recording and performing with such artists as Bob Dylan, Delaney Bramlett, Willie DeVille, Joe Cocker, Linda Ronstadt, Jackson Brown, Everly Brothers, Dickie Betts, J.J. Cale, Frank Black. He is also very well known for backing Neil Young. He also was in the critically acclaimed 1992 album Harvest Moon, which was the follow-up to Young's 1972 album Harvest, released 20 years previous. Appeared in the concert film. If you guys haven't seen this, it's fabulous. Neil Young, Heart of Gold. Backed up Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young on the 2006 Freedom of Speech Tour. And then in 2007, toured with the Drive-By Truckers on their Dirt Underneath Tour. 2008, played on Last Days at the Lodge, third album released by folk singer Amos Lee. Now, if you guys don't know this, I think this is one of the most remarkable things to be right here from our hometown. In 2009, Spooner was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's also currently touring with Peggy Young, who is Neil Young's wife. They've been touring now for almost 2 years, a little over a year. my husband back there, Kelvin Hawley, they're both touring with Peggy. Just got home from a southern tour. But it also will be the next class to be inducted into, and it's definitely time, Alabama Music Hall. Yes. So welcome everybody. Let's welcome Spooner Oldham to be a part of Songwriting at the Moon.
Good to be here, and I hope we can, all write a song together for the night.
One of the things that we usually start off asking Spooner is, what inspired you to start with music?
I think the seed that was planted when I was a youngster was my dad and his two brothers had a band, and there was 4 other members, friends, 7-piece band, and they were teenagers. Well, the war broke up, the band, and my dad went off to war. Battle of the Bells, and he came home a year, he was okay, and then he had severe headaches, and then he got hit in the head over there, and a blood clot formed, and eventually it hemorrhaged, and he lost right arm and leg paralyzed. So I grew up in a household remembering him playing music, but then he couldn't, he was real pleased when I started getting into music, but I always thought, everybody grew up with a band in the house. I realized later it wasn't that way at all.
So what was the first thing that you started
Yeah.
playing on? What instrument?
My introduction into learning to play an instrument was sort of odd. I remember my dad played mandolin, and I was probably 8 or 10 on the living room sofa, and I remember, I'm going to play something. There's a mandolin back there, I think, then. I want to learn to play an instrument. So I thought, well, he can probably play the chords on the left hand because, I hadn't forgotten that. You can't do this. So he did. I said, Dad, will you show me some chords on the mandolin? I don't have a photographic memory, but that day I did. I don't want to arrange him every day. I just C, F, and G, and I got it, and I practiced. And then me and a couple of cousins started playing talent shows and so forth. And then the next step was, I was picking cotton as a 12, 13-year-old. You get $3 100 pounds weekend spending money, So I did that, and one day the row over here next to me was a friend of mine, Bill Patton, and he said, I got a guitar I like to sell. What kind is it, Stella? How much you want? $12. I'll take it. That was, I don't know if y'all familiar with Stella guitars, but they were real difficult to play, but it was a good lesson. It's sort of like remind me of Joe Lewis, who used to load watermelons on the cut. But that's what you feel when you learn on Stella. It's so far off the fret, strings are off the fret. So you get calluses real fast. Anyway, learned a little guitar. And then my thing in the piano was really, one day at Killen Junior High School, Ronald English, my friend, I said, we're walking down there, and I looked over in his empty room with the piano, and I said, Ronald, can you sing? He said, a little bit. And I always envisioned him as like a radio sportscaster. He had a great radio kind of voice, and he had a lot of sports. But anyway, we went in there and did. I never played piano, but we got through a whole lot of shaking going on. It was, a popular hit on the radio at that day. And then we started practicing every Thursday in my cousin Bruce's house, who had this wonderful 57 Stratocaster guitar that he sold about 5 years ago. Bless his heart. Great guitar. But anyway, and then we started playing bands and high school dances and talent shows. And then got into Dixieland Jazz Band locally and learned some old standards. That was fun. And then we do a little country, a little rock and roll. And I remember, you might not want to record this, Scott. Yeah, it's okay. But first time I got drunk was one of those. I'd always ridden around with older musicians and they talk about drinking and sex and stuff. And I wasn't really introduced to all that yet. So I thought, well, I want to get drunk tonight. So we're going down to Jackson, Mississippi to play one of these suit and tie older